You know what, Kobe?
What's that, Barry?
In Russia, we don't speak Russian. We speak English with Russian accents. That's all I can think about throughout this whole movie.
Right. In Russia, not a single person speaking Russian.
What's going on, guys? My name is Barry.
This is Colby.
And this is Who Watches It.
Music.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the second week of Underground Fighting Month.
Yeah.
Oh man, and this one is nice. I think it's funny because I feel like we're doing nothing but sequels, straight to DVD sequels, and I love it.
Right. This is the second one that I didn't realize was like part 4. First one was part 3.
Yeah,
This one's part it has a name. It's
Bokay Undisputed.
And I was like, oh, that's got to be the first one.
Oh really?
Yeah, because the other one's like Bokay 3, and then I was like, but like, why would you take the number off and then add a word? And
Because it's finally undisputed.
it's a possibility. Yep.
So I've already ruined the movie, but let me hit you with the first segment that we have, which is movie trailers. Months after escaping prison, Yuri finds himself and the world about to realize his dream of becoming the most complete martial artist, until an accident in the ring and his conflict with his religious belief takes him to seek forgiveness from the wife of the man he killed by accident. Because he wouldn't stay down.
Right. It's his own fault.
We are talking about 2016's Bokay Undisputed. So if you guys, little brief history here, if you guys don't know, the Undisputed series started off with Ving Rhames and Wesley Snipes about, just prison fighting. Yes,
I did not realize that was part because it's so different. Yeah. I did not realize that was part of this
trilogy or this
quadrilogy. Or, I don't know what.
Or this franchise.
Franchise. Right? There we go.
Right?
Yeah.
Because you could say it like with the family vacation stuff. It's a franchise,
right?
Even if you don't have the same people in it. So, but yeah, like prior to this, Yuri Bokay was in the Undisputed 3, right? Or it was finally in Russia,
right? And
so this one is it's actually months. As I was reading, it's like months.
Yeah. So, I don't know if I ever saw the one before this.
Yeah.
But apparently he escaped from prison.
From the third one, yeah.
And so he was trying to avoid Russia because he is wanted by the police there.
Yeah. And so I was really happy that we came back to this because, we have a Who Watches This crowd favorite, Steve Atkins.
Yes.
And I remember prior in our Ninja Month, you said that Steve Atkins was totally fine just doing these movies, right?
Right. And he's getting better. Like, his acting is, like, this is, 2016?
Yeah.
And so by this time in his career, like, pretty decent actor.
Oh, I mean, much better than he did in Ninja. It's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny that we bring him up again because the first movie I did see him in was Undisputed 3.
Oh, okay.
And so I completely thought that dude was like a Russian. And then when I started seeing him in other things, I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, he was also in the Ip Man movie.
Right. Yes.
As the racist colonel.
Right. I know I saw him. Excuse me, guys. It's been really windy here this week, and wind has been killing my allergies.
Yep.
I swear that he was in a Jackie Chan movie as like the bad guy.
Yeah,
because
probably.
Jackie Chan's always the good guy.
Well, no. So in Shinjuku incident, Jackie Chan was a gangster that didn't do martial arts, but he shot people in the face.
What?
I watched it. It's not too good. I'm not like no. I think Jackie Chan is a perfectly fine dramatic actor, you know, but the movie is like 2.5 hours long, and it's a drama. Like I love Jackie Chan, but you know the story was pretty slow and dry too, so that's kind of it didn't help it, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this movie is only an hour and a half, and it progresses pretty fast.
It does.
Right?
Yeah.
So let's just run through this really quick. So we open up in the Ukraine. They're having this like a fight night, little fight league in the Ukraine, and Boyka is he's an absolute murderer in here. Well, not murderer, but I mean he does murder somebody, but he's constantly winning his fights in the same fashion he did in the third one. You know, he has like those spinning back kicks and just crazy amount of like acrobatics in here.
Yeah, but since he's out of prison, his I guess manager.
Yeah,
whatever,
he's a manager. Yeah.
Is like, hey, I've got some fight promoters from Budapest.
Yeah, for the tournament.
And if you can impress them, we should be able to get onto a real legitimate fight circuit.
Yeah, it's a tournament, right? So it's pretty much Mortal Kombat.
Right. Yep.
But you know, so he gets to his next fight, and his manager's like, Boyka, you have to be careful. This guy, he's hungry. He's just like you, and he's like, no, he's not. I'm the most complete martial artist.
Yeah. Yep.
And the guy gives a pretty. Victor is the name of the fighter. Mm-hmm. Gives up a pretty decent fight.
Right.
But you know, if you watch the third movie, nothing's stopping Yuri Boyka. Yep. And even at some point in the thing, he's already knocked him down twice. And at the second knockdown, he's like, "Stay the fuck down."
Right.
And, you know, he's cheering he's like gearing up the crowd, like, "Yeah, I'm the king," you know, type of stuff. And the dude gets up. Like, I feel like if I got knocked down the second time, I'm like, all right, it's so comfortable now.
I'm a little sleepy. I will just take a little nap.
I don't think you should take naps because then I think you might have a concussion, right?
Oh, that's
so you might slip into a coma, so they'll try to keep you away. But you know, it's just like in Thailand. You know, you're hungry, you want it, and he gets up. He should have thought about his wife, though.
Right. What they always say in boxing: if you get punched and you fall backwards, then you're like temporarily knocked out. But when you hit the ground, you could wake up. But if you get punched and then you fall forward, then it's down. You're done.
Yeah.
There's no getting up.
I feel like I was like, there should be like a corner here, right? To throw in the towel. Like, no, save Victor. But this is a kind of like an underground, like local regional fight.
Right.
But, you know, the promoter, you know, he knocks him out, but he accidentally kills him.
Right. If the ref would have stepped in and stopped the fight after 2 knockdowns, like he's supposed to.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's fine because it's underground, so he's not held liable.
Right.
But
and his manager says that he's like, because I jumped forward.
Oh, yeah. So Boyka, he leaves. And the promoters are like, we want you for the tournament in Budapest in 2 weeks. He's like, I bet. But sorry, I actually cut through a couple things. So there is a prison fight scene that we see a hulking dude just smash a dude's face in.
When that guy first comes out, I thought, is that the same giant guy from the movie last week? But it's not.
No. He's just a big old meathead, though. That guy is like a tree trunk.
Yes.
Each of his appendages is like a tree trunk.
Right. He literally is like a leveled up video game character.
Oh, like, what's it called? Max Punch Out?
Yeah.
He looks like the final boss. And then we see Boyka. He's actually at a I don't know if it's a church or if it's a mosque or something, but he's like donating, and then he questions Boyka. Is like, you think this is what God wants? And Boyka's like, it'd be a sin for me not to use God's gift.
Right.
Which I mean,
and it looks like he's like It's not like he's winning money to go buy cars. He's winning money, and then he's donating. He's buying Bibles for the church.
Yeah.
You know, he's helping people out. He's trying to make up for his past indiscretions.
Yeah, and then like for an escaped convict, there's not many options for employment.
Right.
So, I mean, he's kind of right. It's like it'd be a shame for him not to use his God-given talent, his martial prowess. But as he's leaving the fight arena, he sees the guy get wheeled away in a stretcher.
Yeah.
And he's just haunted by it the whole night. He's like, "Fuck, I think I went too far."
Right.
You know, I told him to stay down, you know? And then the next morning he goes to his promoter and he's like, "What happened to the guy?" And he's like, "He's dead."
Right. So totally matter of fact. Oh yeah, he's dead.
Yeah.
Oh, but don't worry. It was a legal fight, so it wasn't your fault.
Yeah.
It was, those things happen.
I know.
Don't worry about it. Get ready for Budapest.
He has to be a better manager, right? he has to know that Boyka goes to church. He puts a lot of donations into the church. And so you gotta know that he's gonna be conflicted about this. And he is, because he goes to the fighters' belongings and he sees a letter from his wife.
But I love you have the impression of the manager on how he actually feels. Boyka's just a prisoner that's a good fighter.
Yeah.
Like you can tell that because Boyka's like, did he have a wife and children? And the guy's like, yeah, probably. And he's like, where's his stuff? He's like, oh, I already went through it. There's no cash. like that was his first thought was, oh, since I killed him, I'm going to go keep his things.
Yeah. Oh my God. Or maybe he's just like, I already went through it. There's nothing there. But yeah, he finds the letter, finds a picture of his wife, and he's like wrecked with guilt, right?
Yeah.
So he tells his promoter or his like manager, he's like, hey, give me a fake passport. I need to go to Russia. I need to see his wife to say sorry. Like, to ask for forgiveness.
And the promoter's like, would you only have 2 weeks?
Yeah, he's like, I'll be back. I'll be back, don't worry. So we get a glimpse of what's happening in Russia. We find out that there's this old mob type of boss, businessman.
Right.
That kind of runs that small town. And we see the wife of Victor, who was the fighter's wife. And she's, like, sad. They're going through the funeral, but then the mob boss wants to fuck her. And it's a shame. You know, she's like, I've been with him since I was 16. I don't know what to do now. And it's not like she doesn't know what to do because she runs this community center.
Right.
But, like, it was, like, her and Victor's dream to have this community center for the kids.
Right, yeah. Because it's a pretty gang-infiltrated small town.
Yeah.
And so they're like, hey, if we can give these kids a place to learn and, spend their time doing constructive things, then it'll keep them off the street.
Exactly. So, like, when she says she doesn't know what to do, she just means, like, she looks about, like, what, mid-30s?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, like mid-30s. She's just like, where do I go from here? Because the selection of men in this town is terrible. She'll probably date another guy that works at the rec center. Like, their beliefs align, right? But so yeah, Boyka he ends up sneaking through the Russian border patrols. He takes a smaller bus that goes through like the military bases instead, and he gets through pretty fine. And he finds the girl,
right?
And he's staring at her. I was like, it's kind of creepy the way he stares. Just like if I saw Steve Atkins with the goatee staring.
Right. Yeah, like all his other movies, he's got a pleasant face. But in this, he looks like a Russian fighter who escaped from prison.
Yeah, like he looks like he wrestles bears and shit.
Yeah.
But he finds out where she goes because the old creepy mob guy is like, you have to pay off your debt.
Right. And so then it turns out that that Victor had taken out loans from the mob boss to
open the community center
to help with the community center, just assuming that being able to fight, he was going to be able to pay him off. And then now that he is dead.
Yep. I guess he went to fight in the Ukraine to enter that tournament. And hopefully win the tournament to pay off the rest of the debt, right? But this mob boss, he's nasty, right? So he gets Alma, which is the wife's name, to work for him as a server, but he's just there keeping her close.
Right, because he's like, you don't have to work. You can work off your debt in other ways.
Ugh, so creepy. It's not as creepy as when John Goodman shaved after he killed that dude in the bunker.
That movie was so good.
That will forever be like the most creepiest like moments. But no, so we find out that Victor has a little club, but it's also like a fighting ring, and we see his like little mini champion showboating.
Yeah.
Obviously pretty good, right? But he tries to talk to Alma and Alma's like, I'm busy, I can't talk to you right now. And he Boyka gets escorted out, and then he whoops those security guys' asses.
Right.
And the mob guy's like, oh, come work for me, fight for me.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I'm not here to fight.
Right, because the mob boss is already getting frustrated that the fighters that they're bringing into this to fight his champion are just like punks off the street. So they're like street brawlers. They're not like skilled fighters, and so they're just getting demolished.
Yeah, it's not really very interesting. The bets aren't good.
Right, yep.
Because everyone knows, the undefeated guy is going to go undefeated again. So, but no, so Boyka ends up going to the community center again. He punches out the security guard, and he gets to talk to Alma. But Alma finds out that he tells Alma that, like, I'm the one who killed your husband.
Right, yep.
But it was an accident. Like, I wish he was like, I told him to stay down. Like, not once he's like, it's like, it was an accident. I told your husband to stay down, and he wouldn't stay down.
But, like, I mean, she's got to understand. I guess if you have to expect that is a possibility, even if it's remote, if you're the spouse of a professional fighter.
Yeah, you gotta expect that. You gotta expect, like, major, like, brain trauma.
Right.
There's a lot of factors that go into that.
At least injuries that are...
Yeah. Paralyzed. You can become paralyzed at some point. There's just a lot of things that can go wrong. And I don't know. I think the fact that he came all the way from Ukraine to come and apologize and...
Right. Yeah.
I mean, mainly what you do find out at the end of it is he came to ask for forgiveness.
Right. Yeah.
Which is that's a tall order, right?
Yeah, and she kind of gets the feeling is that he's like, oh, you think that you killed my husband, so now I belong to you.
Yeah.
Kind of, because she's getting that impression from, like, these mob people. They're like, yeah, you owe us money, so you're our property.
Yeah, it's pretty gross, right?
And he tries to convince her. He's like, no, I'm really not here doing this for you. I'm doing it for me.
Yeah, which is, like, in itself kind of selfish also.
Right.
But, like, it still takes a lot, right? It still takes a lot. But no, Boyka, he ends up going to the mob boss, and he's like, I want to wipe away her debt.
Yeah.
So I'll fight for you. And he's like, 6 fights, 2 fights.
Right.
3 fights, and the last one you fight my champion.
Right.
And he's like, bet.
Yeah, and then the little punk kid who's been fighting, the undefeated one, is like, yeah, I'm gonna kick your ass. And he's like, yeah, you're the last fight. Save him for the end.
Yeah. Yeah, boss, I'm gonna fuck him up. No, so yeah, Boyka, he ends up going to the first fight. He demolishes the guy. Mob guy is like, the first one's always the easiest.
Right. Well, yeah, because I mean, you gotta get interest in people betting. So you can't go in there and have him almost lose the first fight, because then people are gonna be like, champion's definitely gonna take him down.
Exactly.
But if you're like, holy crap, he demolished that guy.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a good fight against the champ.
Yeah, and Boyka actually, like, after Alma witnesses his first fight, Boyka's like, asks Alma, like, hey, do you know where I can train?
Yeah.
Because the last training place he went to, everyone tried to press him and he knocked the dude out.
Right. Yeah, because it's like a little local gym, and so it's all like the local gym rats there.
Yeah.
And when he comes in and he's a stranger,
demolishes that guy
they're
with the
poking
roundhouse. It was fucking hilarious. But Alma gives him the space that Victor used to use. And all the kids are interested in him, like, he's so strong.
Yeah.
And doing all that stuff. He's like, I don't mind. And they sort of, like, they don't build a relationship. I'm glad it kind of didn't go that way, where he, like, ends up fucking the dude's wife.
Right, yes, I agreed.
But, like, mutual respect, I guess. But we do have a scene where the mob boss comes over, and I thought he was going to rape Alma. Like, he threw her down on that table, and I was like, oh no, is it gonna go that way?
Yep, I totally thought the same thing.
And I was like, oh, thank God they didn't do that either.
Yeah, especially when you slam her face into the table and she's bent over the table.
Yeah, I was like oh,
90-degree angle. Yeah,
is it gonna be that kind of scene? And I was like, oh, he just left. I guess maybe he's not. I guess he's not into that. Thankfully. But yeah, Boyka gets his second fight, and we find out it's a 2v1.
Right.
And he yells out, my arena, my rules. And for this one, Boyka does have a little bit of trouble.
Right.
Yeah, two small, skilled fighters. Anyone's going to have trouble. But this is probably where Boyka gets a little bit more damaged, because he gets hit in the lower back. Like, he gets a drop kick on the lower back.
Yes.
I was like, ow. Now he knows how I feel like when I get up in the morning. But no, Boyka is able to will his way through a victory, and now the crowd is hyped. They're like, this guy is crazy. He went 2v1 and he destroyed both of them.
Yup.
And now the mob boss, he's kind of worried. So he calls the cops, and he got like 10K. And he's like, he gives a cop 10K, and he's like, what's the other 10K for? He's like, I need you to bring out the machine. I don't know what his name is.
Right, I can't remember that either.
He's like, last time I brought him, I almost got fired. Don't worry. And so we get to the night. Oh, so later that night, him and Alma do have a moment. She's making ointment for him that it like was passed down from her grandmother.
Right.
It's like Russian tiger balm.
Yeah, it's a respect. Like, I'm going to give this to you so that you can heal. But it's also now at this point, it's like, you've won 2 of these fights. This is a little bit of I got to be on your side because you may wipe away my debt.
Right, and it has to be substantial with the size of that community center.
Right.
Right. And but they do get it in a slight argument. Boyka, like, I think pisses her off again. And so Boyka, what's it called? Alma does talk to the boss a little bit, and then she's like, because he's like, you're fucking him, aren't you?
Yes. Yeah.
She's like, no, I'm not, and I'm not fucking nobody.
Yeah, my husband just died. Yeah, right. I'm like, it makes it feel like it's like at that point I'm like, is it still only like 4 days from the funeral, right? Like, I was like,
yeah, it's not that long, Jesus. But she goes to Boyka, and she's like, tell me what happened in the fight. Boyka does explain what happened, very vague about it, because he doesn't want to go delve too much into detail. Right. Because he doesn't want to, like, hurt her. Yeah. More than she already has, right? And so, like, yeah, she just leaves upset. And then we get to the final fight where he fights the champion. Good fight. It's really hard to describe this in audible form of how good this fight was.
Right. Yeah, this was like a legitimate like UFC fight.
Yeah, it's just bare knuckle though, you know?
Right, yeah.
Ouch. Yeah, but it's cool. Like, the fight choreography for this scene was pretty dope. There was like a lot of ground game, submissions.
Right, yeah, and this was like the first time there was ground game. Usually, like, if they body slam somebody, it was like pop right back up, and you know. Yeah. Here, there's a little choke holding, a little like leg locks and stuff.
So it's pretty sweet, but at the end of it, Boyka, again, as the hero of the film should be. Right. He wins. And, like, they're all celebrating. Alma is like, she fucking puts her shit away. She was like, I'm free.
Yep. And it's like 9:15, and his bus leaves
9:45.
At 9:45. So he's like, okay, just in time
to go to Budapest. But what's it called? The mob boss. He's like, "Oh, you promised me 3 fights and a fight with my champion." He's like, "What are you talking about? I just beat your champion's ass." He's like, "That little pissant, that guy's not my champion." As he like limps away from the ring, he's like, No, my champion is next.
Yeah.
And they bring this guy in like he's Hannibal Lecter.
Right. Yep.
He looks like the Juggernaut with that thing on.
Like neck and mouth muzzle and like
4
chained
dudes
around the waist. Yeah.
Yeah, dude is fucking monstrous. Boyka's like probably like 180 lean.
Right.
Just 180 pure muscle. This guy is like 350, 6'5".
Yeah. Also, he's like 350 but lean. There's
no fat on that guy's body.
Right.
And this is probably like Boyka's like he's like doing 0 damage. And again, it's kind of hard to describe this fight, but Boyka, he gets knocked down like twice.
Right.
You know, he gets that little scene, like it's like that scene in Black Hawk Down. He's like, he gets the ringing in his ears, but Boyka is able to dismantle this dude by like drop kicking him out of the ring.
Right. Yeah.
Dude is knocked down. So now the mob boss is scrambling. He's like, what do I do? Well, the cops are gonna come, so they're gonna arrest Boyka and Alma. So mine. And before Boyka can go save Alma, he gets attacked by the security guards with baseball bats. Yeah. Which after the first swing, he definitely should have been out. But he is the most complete martial artist.
Right, and they didn't headshot him. They're all like into the back. They're just like they're just trying to subdue him so the police can come.
Yeah, but no, he's able to. You know, it was so good until they brought in the guns. And I was like, And then Boyka, he's like shooting people now. I was like, when did this turn into John Wick?
Right, yep.
But Boyka gets outside after getting shot in the shoulder and the quadricep, or the leg. He's able to have this little standoff with the mob boss. Alma ends up biting him in the hand. And then Boyka, like, tackles him down and starts to choke him until he kills him.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty sweet. But as he's lying there, he's like talking to Alma. He's like, I really came here to ask you for your forgiveness. Like, please forgive me. It was an accident. I didn't,
Right.
And she just can't, like you said, it's only been like 5 days.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. She's not in a place to forgive that yet.
Right. But Boyka ends up going to jail. And then 6 months later, Alma comes visit him, and he's like, everything is good. I'm free. There's no more... I wouldn't say there's no more crime bosses, but...
right, because the next guy just steps up.
Yeah, there's a power vacuum to fill, right?
Yep.
But no one's fucking with her anymore.
Right.
The community center is paid off. And she's had time to... process the grief.
And some of the kids drew pictures of him, like, punching the punching bag.
Yeah, all with nipples.
I don't think I noticed that. That's hilarious.
Well, no, because I was thinking about, like, when I used to draw as a kid, I think I always skipped the nipple part.
Right.
But all those drawings had nipples. And it's the best type because it was just a circle and then a dot in the middle. But no, she goes to Boyka and she's like, I can forgive you now. And I think that's like, even though he's in jail, he's gonna escape again anyway. He's able to finally get over the guilt.
Yes.
Yeah, and then we get a scene where he walks in and he's entering another prison fight.
Yeah.
And then
everybody's chanting,
Boyka, Boyka. I mean, at some point, like, your reputation really has to precede you, and you're just like, I'm not fighting him.
Right.
I don't care I would like to have access to my faculties.
You know, I guess it's one of those things where, like, you think like Mike Tyson was like the greatest, like, puncher. Yeah. And I always thought that too. Like, once he became champ, I was like, why would people want to go against? But there's that pride thing. You're like, hey, I have been training to be a boxer my whole life, and if I can beat the person who everybody thinks is the best, that's how I truly make a name for myself.
Yeah, that's why pride's a sin. It gets you in situations like that. But have you seen Mike Tyson train today? Those things still sound like thunder.
Right?
It's like, how old is he? Like 57, 60?
Right.
Something. He's old.
Yeah.
Like, I still, like, he might, even later, like, even 10 years down the road, I don't think I would still even try to crack a punch at Mike Tyson. Like he looks like...
Yeah,
you know who still looks pretty strong? Well, not today, because he's way older than Mike Tyson, but, fucking Bolo from the Van Damme movies.
Oh, right?
He's like 71. Still looks like he can kick my ass. He's lost a lot of muscle mass, but he's 71.
Right,
but I'm like, I think that dude can still break me. He's gonna take my shirt, wrap it around his knee, just like he did in Bloodsport. He's gonna give me some of that crotch dust. Oh man! So before we get to talking just a little bit more, how about we do our other segment: high star, low star.
A little sip of the Diet Pepsi here to clear my palate. So we got Ekaterina. I don't know.
Ekaterina.
There we go. Yes. 5 out of 5 stars. I loved it. I absolutely love Undisputed films with Scott Adkins. The fight scenes are incredible. I have never seen anything like it in any other movie. This is top level. The movies themselves are very entertaining and exciting. Thank you very much for the hard work. Looking forward to Undisputed 5 with Bioika.
I don't know if there's gonna be a film. It's been like... So it's 5 years? No, wait, hold it. 6 years. So, I mean, you never know, though, right?
You never know.
We got 2 out of 10. Or, well, like, I guess I had to grab one from IMDb.
Oh, okay.
So, if this is probably like a 1.5 out of 5. The worst in the series, 2 stars, are just for the good fighting scenes. The plot is terribly awful. The movie was not another Undisputed movie. I hope it was. It was like an Indian movie where the protagonist does heroic, unbelievable actions. I was a fan for this series since the first part, but not anymore. I don't think it's like I don't think it's like a Bollywood action movie.
Right. And I thought it was, I mean, they've left prison, so they have to have something other than I'm the best prison fighter storyline. Yeah. And I thought this was a simple but decent and like believable story. Like he's out of prison, he's trying to make amends for himself. He's trying to, go legit, even though, fighting is, his gift from God. He's trying to go legit, and when he kills somebody, that weighs on him enough that he feels like he needs to at least ask for forgiveness, see if he can do something to make up for this accidental wrongdoing. I feel like it was like I said, like a simple but effective story that drew this through, and it was a great way to get him to get forced to fight again,
Yeah. I mean, like, hey, don't get me wrong. I would have loved to watch the tournament for Budapest, because it has to be other people of like his caliber of fighting. I guess the only thing that's like unbelievable about this is the amount of spinning kicks that was in it.
Yes.
I watch enough UFC fights to know that spinning kicks are very dangerous to use, and they're also used very sparingly as like a surprise. Like, I have this in my bag, so don't try it. You get a spinning heel kick in the face.
Right. Yep.
But that's just to make that's just to spice up the movie a little bit more for the action scenes, right?
Definitely.
Another thing also, I think Steve Atkins is like another actor that kind of is suffering from being born in the wrong decade.
Right.
Because
yeah, if this was the 80s, 90s, like he would have been.
Oh, he would have been neck and neck with JCVD.
Right. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could totally see him being like against him in a movie where they're like good guy, bad guy.
Oh no, like I mean I feel like Steve Atkins could have easily been like the stars of movies as well.
Right. No. That's
yeah.
But like that caliber where he was like, they would be like, hey, we need a realistic fighter who's gonna, be your equal. Let's grab Scott. He's gonna fit that.
Oh, is it Scott Atkins? Oops, I've been calling him Steve.
Is it Scott?
No,
Steve?
I think it's Scott Atkins. Yeah. No, but like I see that's this thing though is like remember back in the 80s and 90s, no one wanted to be the bad guy. Right. That's why we never got Stallone and Arnold in the same movie back then.
Right. You're right.
But yeah. But I think as far as like an action star with some sex appeal, right there with JCVD. And Scott could definitely pull off American accents way more than Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Right.
Do you think Jean-Claude even tried to do the American accent?
Nah, he's just like, no, this is...
He's like, look at me, I'm the muscles from Brussels.
Right, well, say I'm from Louisiana, that way I can keep my accent.
That is not a Creole accent whatsoever. Oh,
no, Americans are stupid, they wouldn't know.
They just want something pretty to look at.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Colby, what were some of your favorite scenes in this movie?
So one thing I thought was like kind of hilarious is like there's this bald big mob boss guy who sits at the outside of the kids.
Oh yeah, the community center.
The community center, and so he like walks up and the guy like stands up like you can't come in here, and just one punch, boom. Yeah. Knocks him back into the chair, and then he goes in and he talks to him, and he comes back out, and the guy's like just waking up and like stands back up in his face. He's like, boom, one punch, back in the chair.
Yeah, this will be pretty sparing just because the movie is only an hour and 30 minutes, and a good 50 minutes of it is probably fighting.
Right. Yes.
But I do like that they showcased the false champion. Like his fight, just to show you, like, oh, okay, he might be able to give Boyka a run for his money, and he is. He's able to do that, but you can't have the protagonist lose.
Yeah,
not in the mini boss fight.
Yeah, and then they showed the giant fight very quickly at the beginning. It was just like just showing him just dominate somebody.
Oh yeah, it's what do they call it? Chekhov's gun, right? You show a gun at the beginning of the film. And so at the last part of the film, or like at some point in the second half, you're like, that gun has to come back.
Right.
And that's exactly who it was. That's exactly who it was. But I was like, man, this guy has to at least have 180 pounds on Blake.
Yeah, because Scott Atkins is he's not a small guy.
Yeah.
But like he is like poke his nipple in your eye kind of height difference.
Oh, dude, yeah. If this was an American movie, like 10 years ago, it would have been The Big Show.
Right.
Big Show. That's another like trial to go through because I don't think The Big Show is fat. The dude is definitely buff, but he has like a nice layer of fat protection,
right,
to absorb blows.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like one of my also one of the other favorite aspects of this film is just the fact that the fight scenes, even though there's a couple of like spinning back kicks and all that stuff, for the most part it's pretty practical. Like you would see that in an MMA fight.
Right. Yeah. So I watched the fight trainers rate the fight scenes.
Oh yeah,
kind of thing like we did last time. And it was pretty interesting. They were like, yeah, kind of same thing. It's like almost everything he does really effective. The jump and then triple kick is, that's Hollywood magic. You're not really doing that in a street fight. Because you miss with one and then you're off balance and then they're going to take advantage. The one thing that they said was the one thing that looks so cool in all these movies is whenever they're going against two people and then they're like block and punch or double punch and like hit both people at the same time. They're like, that is the most unrealistic thing. Is like, you have to put it in the movie because it's pretty and it makes you feel like, oh my goodness, he is so skilled.
He's so badass.
He's like, but he's like, that's like, no, that's an impossibility. He's like, it's like when the Matrix, when you're shooting two guns, and he's like, in real life, you can't focus. You can't focus your eye on the aiming of each gun individually back and forth as you're taking shots. So you're just shooting into the distance.
Right. Well, it's like you're shooting for luck.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Like maybe you nick something, right? No, it's funny that you say that too because I remember when I was like younger, when I was in high school, for the most part, I like minded my own business, right? But there's sometimes like there's this one situation where I don't know, some kid was like bullying one of the guys I was friends with, so I pushed him off, and then he comes at me at lunch with like 3 other guys,
right?
But the funny thing is, I'm friends with those 3 other guys too. And so, like, he wanted to start a fight, but then, like, thankfully, like, a dean came by and was like, what are you doing? And then, like, my other friend who got bullied earlier came in and was like, that guy, like, keeps trying to mess with me and all that stuff. So, the kid ended up, like, stopping because he was Asian, so. I'm Asian too, so I can say that. He didn't want his parents to get involved in this whole situation.
Right.
But I remember telling my cousin that, and, at that time, my cousin was, like, kind of troubled. He was, like, in a gang and all that stuff. And so he told me, he's like, if you ever get back in that situation, all right, try to punch 2 guys and then brace yourself for the 3rd punch. And make sure your back is to a wall and then just brace yourself.
I had a history teacher, similar kind of thing. I had a history teacher. I didn't ever get in this fight, so it was not similar at all.
Yeah.
I had a history teacher and lady, big African American lady, just really brash, but she was a fantastic teacher. But like just one day in class, she's like, I saw a kid getting picked on by some other kids, and I just want you guys to all know, just remember this. If you're ever in trouble and like 3 people come at you and like, they're bullying you, if you just really look at them, one of those 3 you could beat by himself. So just totally ignore the other 2 and just grab onto that one that you can beat and just beat him like he was your own. He's like, the other 2 will kick your ass. But that's inevitable at that point. But the next time those 3 kids are like, hey, let's go mess with that
kid.
The one who got his ass kicked is going to be like, no, let's Jonathan over here, he never stood up to us. Let's go take his lunch money.
Oh, it's like that one character from Attack on the Gas Station.
Yeah.
He's like, I pick one guy from the crowd and I just beat on him and beat on him.
Yep. Yep.
It's true. Like, you know, it's funny though you say that because like, you know, there's a lot of kids that like are scared to get beat up. But like, what's worse? You getting beat up, like you trying to fight back and get beat up one time, or for you to get bullied throughout the whole school year?
Right.
Like, nah, I'd rather just try to like fight my way out of it, and then after that, just be done with it.
Right. And really, like lots of times, it's just a little bit of show of force. You throw one good punch in your defense, and then they just know. They know, like, the next time you're not the one that they can just push around and take your lunch money or knock your books in the ground. You know, they may still pick on you, but it's never going to get to that fighting point because they're like, we know if we push him, he's going to swing.
Yeah. Also, I am not opposed to punching people in the dick. like, listen, like some people will try to tell me like, well, that's dirty. I was like, it's a street fight.
Right.
This isn't sanctioned. I'm not trying to win a prize or anything. I'm just trying to get out of here.
Yeah, if you're going to start the fight, you don't punch somebody in the dick. But if you're defending yourself, and you're like, I don't want to fight, I just need to throw a punch so I can get the hell out of here.
Yeah. Like, I am A-okay with being known as the dick puncher.
Right.
In school. Because everyone's going to be like, oh, fuck, he's going to try to punch me in my dick. And it's like, even if you come to the fight with a cup, that's just going to pinch your balls.
Right. Yep.
I will keep wailing on your dick. I was going to say, I will beat your... But, yeah, like, you know... That's the thing, though, right? Obviously, probably the more unrealistic parts of this fight too is that Boyka's able to kill the mob boss. Like, no one used the gun on him way earlier.
Yeah, right.
You know, but then again, you wouldn't have your movie,
right?
If you think about it, the mob boss wouldn't able to collect all that money from the bets lost, or I don't know how much he lost on the bets won.
True.
We don't know, right? But yeah, you know, it's a nice cheesy
it's
action.
True, because
flick.
as soon as one shot goes off, everybody in there just tears off. Like you've lost all those customers for
I don't
for way more than a night, I'm sure.
Yeah, you're like, I don't want to go to that club. People get shot over there.
Right. They're trying to shoot their fighters.
Oh yeah, exactly. Or it's like, I don't want to fight at that club. I don't want to fight for that guy. He shoots his fighters.
Yep.
So that's probably like, you know, of course, in any film you have to suspend your belief, but for the most part, this movie's pretty practical. I don't think it's a Bollywood movie.
No.
I those Bollywood movies are hilarious.
They're pretty fantastic.
Right? Did you ever see the one where the guy like he like turns his SUV to like flip, and then like the cop like pulls the guy out of the sunroof?
I've seen that clip. Yeah.
It's so dumb, but like, you know, why won't this person suspend their belief for this movie? But I bet you they'll watch like The Matrix, like, gorgeous.
Yep.
What a gorgeous film.
Right.
I still haven't seen the new Matrix movie.
It's pretty decent.
Yeah.
I will go with that.
Yeah, it's because they couldn't use that African American woman's like material anymore. You heard about that, right?
No.
So apparently, like a little side tangent for you guys. Apparently, The Matrix was based off of a book that was written by an African American woman.
Okay.
And like she had tried like back in the 70s, right? So like in the 80s and then in the 80s, she tried to send it in like a script for a movie. And like, you know, like they kind of just kept pushing it off.
Right, because the 80s, they weren't ready to do that extent of a movie.
Yeah. I mean, like they could do Blade Runner, but they can't. You know, this one was a little bit more grandiose.
Yeah.
I mean, the 90s were barely able to do it.
Right.
But apparently the at the time the Wachowski brothers had read her book, and it is. Like, you know when you give somebody your homework and you're like, all right, just change the answers. it was just that. So, but I think she ended up winning her lawsuit a couple years ago, and she got like $1.2 billion.
Oh, wow.
I mean, yeah, it's a long time coming, but it's a lot of money. 1.2, and then I guess you factor in taxes, and then you factor in paying off the legal team. She's still probably walking away with a cool $500 million.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. That'll cover you for a few years at least.
That'll cover like generations, and then you invest that money. Oh,
right.
Yep. All right, guys. We're coming up to our hour. Thank you guys for joining us. If this is the first time you're joining us, please make sure to check out the rest of our months. We have like things like Animatronic Month. Nicolas Cage Month is a crowd favorite.
Always. We talked about JVD, and we had a Jean-Claude Van Damme month.
Yeah, we have live adaptations of anime movie month. So yeah, we have plenty of things for you guys to check out if this is the first time you guys are joining us. As well, just to let you know, we do our reviews in 4 sections. We have stream it, DVD it, Blu-ray it, and the Who Watches This Ultimate Collection / Undisputed Collection.
Yeah. This was definitely entertaining enough to watch again, and I would go Undisputed box set.
Right.
I mean, even if it was the Boyka trilogy. And,
does he have 3 movies?
Yeah, because I think he's in...
The second one?
The second one. He is the...
Oh, antagonist.
Yeah.
He's the bad guy.
Yep.
Does he lose in that one?
Against Michael Jai White?
Is that who's in the second one?
Yeah.
Oh, he lost to him?
Yep.
Oh, well, he has to lose because he's the bad guy.
Right.
Oh, and then that's what sets him on the path to become the most complete martial art. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, definitely... I'm probably in the same boat as Colby Ultimate Box Collection. I could, because mainly I love the first movie.
Right.
I watched it in theaters. I remember that. It's like a nice classic boxing movie with Wesley Snipes and Ving Rhames, who the reason why it's called Undisputed is because Ving Rhames comes into prison as the undefeated champion until he meets Monroe.
Who is the prison champion.
Yeah, the prison champ. The only reason he was in jail is because I believe he caught his wife cheating on him. And he ends up killing the guy accidentally. Well, I don't know if it's accidentally. I don't know I forget if he got killed, but unfortunately, Wesley Snipes' character in that movie is a boxer, and because his hands are considered dangerous weapons,
right?
Any type of assault is maximized for punishment,
right? Yeah.
But yeah, definitely I would also go Ultimate Box Collection. It's just a nice series of, well, the first one's actually a pretty decent film, but after that it's a nice series of cheesy action films with just amazing displays of martial arts.
And I almost want to buy it, just so that like Atkins gets some credit. He's got to get a little bit of kickback from all the sales, and since some of these didn't ever get a theater release, they kind of get pushed to the wayside.
Yeah, but Scott Adkins is an incredible just action star. I feel like it would be nice to even just see him as bad guys in theater released movies.
Right. Yeah. No, absolutely.
As the main boss, or the main boss's top henchman. Oh man. All right, guys. So, well, thank you guys for joining us. Make sure you guys check out our links down below. It's our Amazon affiliate links. We want to graduate from the hot and spicy. But yeah, check this out.
Yeah, definitely. We got our social media down there, our Facebook and our Twitter. Give us a follow and a like, and it's the easiest way to get a hold of us and give us some suggestions or share your comments with us. And you can, share our shows with everybody else that way too.
You better. All right, guys. Thank you guys for joining us. My name is Barry.
This is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This. If you guys want to check out who does the theme music, it is Lee Rosevere. It's called Arcade Montage. It's on her music album, Music for Podcast 3, and her Bandcamp is down below.
Thank you.